What is up, YouTube? I'm back. I knew I took about 2 months off from posting on YouTube. I took about 2 months off from the gym. But in this episode, I'm going to tell you what got me off track and some of the things I've done to get me back on track. So if you sit back, enjoy. Back on June 17th, just like any other day, I dropped my son off at the babysitter. I start heading into the gym, shake up my pre-workout, sip it as I'm going. Get to the gym, fill it back up with water, hop on the cardio machine, start doing my thing. 10 minutes into my workout, I was drenched. I couldn't breathe right. I mean, there was something wrong. So I grabbed the heart rate monitors on the machine, and all of a sudden they're reading 180, 190. It was really fluctuating pretty high. So first I'm thinking, well, maybe there's something wrong with the machine. Maybe there's a battery that needs to be changed or whatever. So I go for another, 35 minutes almost, and I'm just like kind of going through it, not really feeling it. I knew something wasn't right. I just wanted to get my 50 minutes of cardio out of it, and I just wanted to go home. So, started doing it. Ended up just stopping. I'm like, you know what? There's something wrong. Okay, something's not right. Maybe I'm coming down with a cold. And I was thinking, well, maybe I took too much pre-workout, because I could actually feel like the gristly like undissolved powder in my mouth still. Like I could like run it off of my cheeks and take it out of my mouth. So I leave the gym, and all day I'm just feeling like crap. I'm just laying around. I don't know what's going on. I can't catch my breath. It was just like I had a hard time breathing, and I was like, well, maybe I'm just come down with a cold. I don't know. So the wife comes home, and I say, babe, something's wrong. Like, I just don't feel right. And she's a nurse, and she starts getting my vitals, and she starts checking my heart, and she's like, you have a really weak pulse. I can't feel your pulse in your arm, and your heart, I can't even hear it beating. Like it kind of sounds like it's fluttering. Like, great, go figure. Right? Something happened, because every time I start going good at the gym, some monkey wrench gets thrown in, and it's just my journey. It's just part of my cycle that happens. So within a half an hour, I was at the doctor's. They hooked me up to the machines. They were trying to get my blood pressure. They were trying to get my pulse. They couldn't get anything. So finally, they hooked me up to an EKG machine. They get the reading, and the doctor ended up coming back in and saying that my heart's an AFib, which just means it's kind of sort of working, but not really. It's just kind of fluttering, and that's why I was feeling like crap all day. So they put me on medicine. They tell me to follow up with a cardiologist. So the very next morning, I get in at the cardiologist. They get me right in. They hook me up to the EKG machine. They said, your heart looks healthy. It looks perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with it. So we sit down and we talk about, what may have caused it. They said typically someone my age doesn't usually go into AFib. So I sat down and explained to him. I said, well, I know I've been going to the gym for the past 31 days. I have been taking a pre-workout every single time. And he said, that's what it is. He said, I bet you it's that pre-workout. And I said, really? And he said, yeah. He said, it's a stimulant, and all these companies, it's not regulated by the FDA. They put all kinds of crazy stuff in it just to make your heart race and do stuff. And I asked him, I said, well, I've been taking it since I've been in high school. Like, it's not anything that's new to my body. My body's used to taking it, when I'm going to the gym. And he's like, well, 31 days without really having a break. I said, that's probably something you shouldn't do. It's probably not recommended to take it that much. Okay. So they put me on 2 medicines. Well, the medicine was really messing with me for the first couple 2-3 weeks. I had tried going to the gym, and I was getting muscle soreness. I mean, the meds were really messing with me. I couldn't stand up fast. I would get dizzy. I mean, it was horrible. So, I would go in, I would do cardio. The muscle soreness would be crazy. My butt would be hurting for 2 days afterwards, after my workout. So I ended up getting off track. I wasn't completely off track. At that time, I was still kind of like, man, I can't let this stop me. I've got to do something. Me and my wife actually ended up doing this intermittent fasting thing, and I'll make another video about what I do and what it all entails. But basically, you fast for 16 hours a day, and then you eat at an 8-hour time frame. So we would stop eating at 7 o'clock at night and not eat until 11 o'clock the next morning. That's basically what that is. I actually did very well off of that. And it was actually a lot easier than it sounds. It sounds scary, not eating for 16 hours. And you would think that you're kind of like groggy, kind of feeling like lethargic. But I had no issues. There was actually days when I went to work and it got so busy, I wasn't eating until like 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I don't know. It works for me. I lost about 12 pounds off of it. The downside was that we went to the beach, and then I kind of didn't continue that as much as I should have. Trying to get the free breakfast for the hotel and stuff. So I ended up gaining some of the weight back. So the doctors still have me on these meds. They want me on it for at least 3 months, and luckily we only have a month to go because I don't like taking pills. It's just I can't remember to take it. I send alarms, and then something happens, I'm somewhere else, and it's a horrible thing. So hopefully in the next month they'll kick me loose off of this, as long as they see that there's no issues. He said he will take me off the meds. So hopefully we're praying for that just to stop, because that's just a pain. So I went to a friend's house the other day, and we had a really great conversation. I mean, the conversation only lasted maybe 10-15 minutes. And, she was asking me, hey, I haven't seen you on YouTube in a while. How's your journey going? How's everything going for you? Oh, man. So I ended up telling her about my heart problems that I had. And she said that, like, why aren't you back at the gym now that everything's kind of better? And I was just like, I don't know. I have no clue. I can't answer that question. I don't know. So, I felt pretty bad about saying I don't know. I mean, she's a health and fitness coach, so it was kind of like I should probably have a better answer than I don't know for her. Like, I think she's expecting like a lot more in-depth thing for me to say. Unfortunately, I didn't. At that point in time, I just don't know. It's just, I have no clue. No idea. Sorry. Felt like crap. I know she wanted more, but that's all I had for her, unfortunately. Sorry, Sarah. But, so, obviously she proposed this question, well, why aren't you back on track? And what do you need to do to get back on track? So, I told her I would get her an answer, and I'm a man of my word, and the last couple of days I really thought about it. So, after that 10-15 minute conversation, I left. I started driving back home, and I just in my heart, it just was like I had to thank her for asking me these questions and asking me, what I have to do to kind of get back on track. I could really feel like I was getting back to the old way of thinking. Like, she. Oh, it was absolutely crazy. So, just on the way home, I was just like, man, like, it was like I just saw the light, and, like, I was almost ready to go to the gym that night, like, in all honesty. Like, I was so motivated, but, I was like, you know what? Let me take a second, go home, kind of start writing things down and trying to get things in order. Like I told her, I said, I will give you an answer, to why, I haven't been doing it, because obviously I don't know is not a good enough answer for anyone. So I get home, I start thinking, okay, mine starts going meal prep. Gotta start doing meal prep. She told me to make a date when I'm going to the gym, put it in my calendar, and it's a date that cannot be changed. It's like a doctor's appointment or an appointment that you got to make that it cannot be canceled. So she texted me. She said, well, let me know when the date is so I know that, you're going to go back to the gym and whatever. So I started looking through my calendar. I'm like, oh, man, my schedule is like blown up in this past couple months. And it's just like, if I push it off to next week, I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. I know myself. I'm going to get back into the normal way, the cozy way of doing something, and I'm not going to do it. So I texted her. I said, hey, I'm going to go tomorrow. And she was absolutely shocked. She's like, wow, I really honestly thought you were going to give me a date for next week. And I just know myself. I just couldn't do that. I mean, I couldn't put something out until next week when I just had all this motivation to like really just start doing it now. So I started sitting down and thinking about, why am I not doing it, or what's causing me to do it? And, I don't think the right answer was, I don't know. I think the answer should have been, I had no reason. It's like two completely different answers. I don't know, just kind of brushing it off to the side and just not really giving a crap about it. But not having a reason to do something, that just means I'm just in cruise control, just sliding by, keep going and going and going, and you just kind of get lost. Sometimes we need that extra third person to come in to our lives and challenge us to do something that we would typically do but are not doing, if that makes sense. Your family and your friends are always supportive, but they're also in a situation where, do they really want to push you hard where it might potentially cause some issues for that relationship, if that makes sense? So I got to give a shout out to Sarah. She really, you really got me back on track, and that's awesome. So that would be my answer to your question, is that I have no reason. I could make up excuses, but I just, there is no reason. There really wasn't. And it was just me, like I said, coasting along on cruise control and just being comfortable with what I was doing. So, like I said, thank you so much for doing that for me. That really helped me out, and that's why I'm making this video today. And, if it wasn't for you, I probably wouldn't be doing a video right now. Something else I've learned throughout this journey is that it is a journey. And just like the old days, when the people would go across the United States on horse and wagon, do you think that the whole trip was just sunshine and rainbows? No, they're going to run into obstacles. They're going to have to go around obstacles. They're going to have to just deal with all kinds of different stuff. So, and that's basically what's happening in my life. This is my journey. This is the journey that I'm going on, and it just there's gonna be monkey wrenches thrown into it, and that's just what's gonna happen. And you really need to be aware of that and understand that this is okay. It's okay that my heart decided to go into AFib and everything else. It's a learning lesson. Okay, one thing I've gotten from it, I don't take pre-workouts anymore. That's for sure, because I never want to feel that again. So one of the biggest issues I've had is I've been taking it, like I said, I've been taking them since I was in high school. It was kind of like my safety net, There were times when I knew that I wanted to go to the gym, but maybe I ran out of my pre-workout, or maybe I didn't bring a shaker cup for my pre-workout, or for some odd reason, there was something that happened that I just didn't have my pre-workout. I would just throw my hands up and be like, okay, well, I'm not going to the gym. How many times have you lost, you've forgotten your headphones at home, and you're at the gym and you're just like, oh, well, no headphones, no workout, it's just, we have to really step back and realize that we shouldn't be so close to these things, that it's okay not to have them, even though you want them. It's just like if you have a t-shirt, if you wanted to wear your favorite t-shirt to the gym every single day you went, and that one day you wanted to go to the gym and the t-shirt wasn't clean, oh, well, I guess I'm not going to the gym. My favorite t-shirt I'm not wearing, So we really have to just sit back and look at ourselves and realize that it's okay if these things are not there. And that's one of the biggest learning things I've had an issue with, is just admitting that it is okay that I don't have this. So I have been taking some branched chain amino acids before the gym, sometimes some coffee. Actually, the funny story, I went to the gym on the 15th, the first time I've been back in a while, and I think I almost died twice in that workout. I think it was twice, maybe 3 times. It was a pretty intense workout. After 30 minutes, I was like 40 minutes, 45 minutes, it's pushing it. Through positive self-talk, I pushed through it. I got it done. Obviously, I'm still here to talk about it. So, funny story. The 15th, go to work. Got my bag in the back. Start heading to the gym. Halfway there, forgot my headphones at the house. Ugh. You know what I mean? Like, seriously? Okay, so I can't have a pre-workout. Now all of a sudden, I forgot my headphones at the gym. Or I forgot my headphones at the house. And I'm not driving home to go get them, because if I get home, I'm staying home. So I said, you know what? Obviously someone's trying to tell me something in this universe. So off to the gym I went, and I got my workout done without my headphones and without a pre-workout. Like I said, I almost died like 2-3 times, but it's okay. I'm still here. So I'd like to hear from you guys. I'd like to know, what kind of stuff you guys take before your workouts that maybe isn't like a stimulant, so much as a pre-workout. So until next time, guys, I'll talk to you later.